Well, I don't know if we're gonna have a. It says you're live. We're live. We don't have a countdown, Drew. I don't know. We're live. You're live.
What's
3,
up, everybody?
2, 1. There's your countdown. Oh man, we're gonna really F this up tonight.
Hey, we didn't
What?
F it up enough that we forgot to hit record
Hey, we're good.
or
Well,
go live.
Yeah. So I guess this is where we do the introduction. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, I'm David. Ah!
Oh no!
So, well, we lost one of our. Hey, do you want to be the host or the co-host tonight? I guess we're in full reins of whatever we want.
Yeah, I guess we can kind of pick what we want. Sorry, I got to get set up here. My freaking phone just died.
Oh
man,
man,
there we go.
Should we both be the host?
We're both hosts tonight.
Like David never lets us be the host.
Yeah, I think we're both hosts tonight.
Yeah. Why not? I wish we
Might
could
as well
switch
do it.
that deal. Take out Drew, or not Drew, take out David.
Yeah, that'd work a little bit better. Sorry, I'm enjoying my Cheez-Its as a snack right now.
It says live. Do I got to hit recording? It says recording.
No, it says we're live. We should be good.
Okay, well, I guess. Hopefully it works. If not, we'll be doing it again next week, right?
That's right.
All right, Drew. There's no David tonight. What happened to David?
You know, I think he mentioned something about getting a surgery, and it's 2024, so I'm not really sure what type of surgery he's getting, but it's a surgery of some sort.
Yeah, I think that I got that same message.
No, I think he didn't he say something about knee surgery?
Yeah, weenie surgery.
Oh yeah, Wanini surgery.
Yeah, no, I think he was going to some soccer game or something.
Yeah, he might have mentioned something about like a Travis Kelce concert.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I remember that. Fanboys only.
Right. No,
It's,
David's not with us. Oh, there he is. He sent us something, a video of something. Holy smokes, what he sent us.
oh, I'll bet it's him just jamming out to the new Travis Kelce album.
Anyways, for everybody who doesn't know, David had surgery on his knee. He's going to be gone for what? This week and next week, he said, maybe?
Well, as much as he recovers, he'll probably be next year when he comes back.
I hope it's a little bit sooner, so at least we get a countdown before we go live.
Well, hey, I gave you a 3, 2, 1. That should be good enough.
As I'm shoving a mouthful of Cheez-Its in my mouth.
Like, to be honest, I think David just does a countdown so he can put his makeup on so he looks good for the camera.
Yeah, puts his last little on and ready to rock.
Got his wife in there putting on foundation.
Yep, sprays a little perfume.
Oh, I don't know why, because there's nobody that can smell him.
Well, people always say that I have the face for radio, so.
Yes, absolutely. Anyways, you guys all know it's Drew. He's going to be the host tonight. Drew is from Fort Pierre. Yeah, and then we got the second host. We're not doing a co-host show tonight. It's me, Eric, Raiden from Kimball. Woo!
What's up, brother?
What's up, brother? There, we had one hell of an introduction there. Drew, I know we got kind of like we're discombobulated. We don't have David tonight, so we don't know what the hell we're going with. We don't know what's going on. No clue.
Yeah,
we're running the show.
It's a little crazy, usually he does the introduction and, we sit there for a little bit, listen to him talk about the only time he gets to talk throughout the whole show. And then now we just have to come up with the beginning ourselves. Usually he does the beginning and end and we fill it in the middle.
Yeah.
But what are we going to talk about tonight, Eric? What's going on in the Midwest dad, what would we say, life? Midwest dad life.
Yeah, I like that. Midwest dad life. Well, we didn't really have a topic until about 7:53 tonight.
Mountain time. 7:53 mountain time.
Mountain time. Anyways, it's 4th of July in like 3 days. We're going to talk about blowing stuff up.
Yeah, and we're not talking about dolls. We're talking about fireworks.
Yes. From your childhood to my childhood to obviously we're old enough to have kids. So, I mean,
Yeah,
if we were pretty deadly with firecrackers, what don't we let our kids do?
that's exactly right. For the first time last year, I finally let my kid, they used to always run the punk, right? We always had punks to light the
Oh,
fireworks.
absolutely.
That stuff's overrated now. He's got a little clicker with that shoots out a little
Yeah.
flame and done.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's start with some stories of your childhood and fireworks. Like, what did you do as a child? What did you blow up? What was like your firecracker, your firework of choice? And what did you blow up that your mom, your dad said, do not put the firecracker there?
Yeah, I would probably have to say if I remember correctly, it was one of my mom's Tupperware bowls.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, me and the buddy had the great idea. It wasn't terrible when you set that, and you got to go with the original, the Big Cat, right? The Big Cat firecracker. You can't go wrong with that.
Like the black cats?
Yeah, the Black Cat.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
those are the best ones. You don't get no knockoffs of those. If you're gonna
Okay.
get, go ahead.
Sidetracked. Fast fuse or slow fuse?
Well, if you want it to go like the way we do it, obviously it's the fast one, but like I
Oh,
buy my
yeah.
kids the slow ones now, right?
And that thing's 3 foot long, so they have time. Back
Exactly
up,
right.
Terry. Terry,
Yeah.
put it in reverse.
Put it in reverse, Terry. Oh, Terry, no. Greatest video.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear about this Tupperware story. I want to hear.
Yeah, so we're lighting them off. We're like, God, we've seen all these videos of these, you see people blowing up things like tannerite, they use tannerite
Oh,
and
yeah.
things go. But, we get the idea, oh, let's set the bowl on top, light the firecracker, set it on top, see if the bowl goes poof. Well, it didn't go poof. It was too heavy. So then we have the bright idea of let's put the lid on it and see what it does. So light the firecracker, put the firecracker in the Tupperware, put the lid on it quick before it goes. And yeah, that kept everything so enclosed. We ended up blowing the whole thing up. That
Yes.
was not fun. And of course, we hid it from mom.
Oh,
Went threw
man.
it in the garbage. Threw it in the garbage. No, she'll have no idea. She'll have no idea. Well, dad was gone the following few days, and she went out to take the garbage out to the dumpster. And guess what she found that was just sitting in the dumpster?
The bowl.
The broken Tupperware bowl.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
She
And then
should
of
have
course,
collected all the pieces, put them in, sent them back to Tupperware because they'll replace that stuff for free.
and she could have just said, this is how it was when I got it. I mean, I don't know what you guys sent me, but
I know
no,
Tupperware they have like a
that's
lifetime
probably
guarantee.
they do.
Yeah, you could just send it in like it melted in the microwave. It blew up with my kid fireworks and
Really? Can you say you
yeah.
lost the lid? Because I got about 17 things of Tupperware up in my cupboard, and none of them have lids. I don't know where the lids end up, but
I don't know truly how that works, but I know like if it was like you threw it in the microwave and it was deformed or it came out or something stupid happened, you could send it back. They'd send you a new one. I don't know if that's a true thing because there's probably loopholes back in the 90s that they don't let that shit fly anymore.
sure. Damn. Well, I guess I wasn't knowledgeable of that, and neither was mom, because we just got yelled at and then got backs waxed.
Oh my God, that's awesome. I love it.
What about you? What's your crazy fireworks story? You got one? I mean,
Oh, dude.
you being Eric with that deadly mustache, you got to have some deadly firework stories.
Oh, I got plenty of deadly fireworks stories from blowing up Hot Wheels, blowing up anthills. Like, and so stupid because the Hot Wheels that I blew up, they're probably the red lines that are worth like thousands of dollars.
Right.
But Bottle Rocket Wars, Roman Candle Wars.
Oh yeah.
So
Roman
I'm gonna go with
Candle
my
Wars.
favorite story of all times. Like I love telling this story because it was so genius as a kid. You're, I don't know, 13, 14, 15 years old, and you just want to be like, oh, cool, and like do a bottle rocket war.
Yep.
So you'd get the pipe, just a regular. I don't know why we would have pipes that like PVC pipes or not PVC, but metal pipe,
Yep.
just laying in the backyard. And I'd have one. The neighbor kids would have one. So the friends, we'd all get together. We just start launching bottle rockets at each other, right?
You guys
First
just
person.
didn't hold it. You just didn't hold it by the stem.
No, 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 no. We
Oh,
would, but the older brothers would do that. But then we started using pipes because we were younger.
yeah.
I got this freaking genius idea of like, how do you aim so you actually hit somebody? So it was like 3-on-3, 4-on-4. You got hit, you're out. So I just got this genius freaking. It was like boom, light bulb, like big light bulb. I go into my back porch. I grab my BB gun.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
that thing was. I was freaking deadly with that. Like you just put it in there, you light it, and then you just aim, and
You didn't.
boom.
You
Dude,
didn't
that's
put
a
any
cool.
gunpowder in there, did you?
No,
Before
no,
you
you
said
just like a regular pipe. You put it in the barrel. You have the stem stick out. You light it, and then you just put.
Yeah.
Yes, you would get some like kickback in your face, but
Right.
you would just put up like a hooded sweatshirt or something and shoot like this. Dude, I never lost. I was like the bottle rocket war champion. Like my
That's like
team always won.
that's like cheating though. That's like having
No.
like LeBron James on your team. That's like cheating.
Oh yeah, because we all know LeBron James. Oh yeah. No, but think of that though. As you're launching out, you're getting beat by your older brothers, your friends' older brothers. Like you are just getting dominated. You're getting pissed, and then all of a sudden you're like, boom, genius
Light
idea.
bulb.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Because it was an even playing field. After it was like they're 4 or 5 years older than us, and it's
yeah,
like okay, yeah, absolutely.
you
Oh
got
yeah.
you got no friendly tip from your mom or your dad to help you out with that. You came out that all by yourself.
All by myself. Dad always
And
worked. Mom didn't really care. Mom would give us, dude. I remember when fireworks, you get $10 and you would get like
oh yeah,
packs of them. You can't get a gross of bottle rockets for $10 now. I bet they're $5 a pack.
I hear you. What going into talking about price of fireworks? What is the most that you've ever gone in and spent as a kid, as a dad? What's the most?
I'm probably reining in. Like I'm such a cheapskate when it comes to this stuff because it's all made in Chinatown, and
Right.
it's like I get it. It's the American in me to blow stuff up, but I rather like make my own stuff to blow up. My little gunpowder, little I don't know, toilet bowl cleaner, tinfoil kind of a thing. But anyways, I don't know. I would have to say like $200-300. Like I didn't go too crazy, but I mean, still it's a lot because you don't really get a whole bunch.
Yeah, that's got to be about the average. We go in and we buy the they always put those party packs in, right? You can just
Yep.
go buy a really big box, and whatever's in it is what's in it.
Yep.
Those run probably $50 to $80 depending on what size you get, whatever going there, and then of course you got to get the big artillery shells to end the
Oh,
night. So
absolutely.
you got to have at least a dozen of those to get you through the night.
Yes.
So you're looking that's easily a $200 bill, easily, right?
Yep.
That's it's just one of those things. Like you just back in the day, like you said, is like mom, dad, here's $20 and shit. You could have fun for 4 or 5 days with $20. And
Exactly. It just
now it's
doesn't.
one night, $200, boom, done.
You ever buy so much crap that you have left over? So it's like August 15th and you're still shooting off bottle rockets?
Yeah, I started a collection once I started having kids. You go buy it and you don't use them all. You're like, oh, save it. We don't want to
Yep.
go through it all because we just spent $200, right?
Yep.
And then all of a sudden you don't use it all. I have a bucket in my garage that has like the snappers and the smoke balls and all the like little stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yep.
I just have a 5-gallon bucket sitting in the garage. We
Heck
could start
yeah.
lighting them off right now if we wanted to.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's one of those things you just save up, and it's growing up as a kid, you always wanted to cause trouble. So, whatever day, time, whatever, middle of the night, you're out 12 o'clock in the morning and you just throw, I don't know, 100 pack of black cats on an empty main street, just like,
Right.
get the whole town cracking and like, what the heck?
Now, talking about being out till midnight, you live in the city. See, I live kind of out in the outskirts in the boonies in that Paradise area. So,
Yeah.
do you guys have all right, this is the time, that's the cutoff time, and if you light a firework off, you know the cops are coming. Like, I mean, especially in your guys' city area. I mean,
Well, I've never like, dude, I'm super old. So it's like 8 o'clock. So there's only like 4 times out of 365 days that I stay up until midnight, 1 o'clock, and it's not very often I do it. So 4th of July, Christmas, and I don't remember the other 2 times that I actually stay up and
I mean,
like.
New Year's. I mean, you guys celebrate
Uh,
the New Year, right?
to be honest, I think. Well, yeah, I would not. I don't even have to think about this. So last year we went over to David's for New Year's, and that was the first time in probably 5 years that I actually watched the ball drop.
Really?
Yeah, I just
And
not a
and
big deal.
that's the only other time we can light off fireworks too is
I
on New Year's, right?
yeah, I usually like, oh, the ball's gonna drop in 30 minutes. I'm out cold, dude. But yeah,
You don't wake up and have flashbacks of Vietnam when you get the fireworks in 4th of July. You're like, you're good.
no, I did experience like a couple of rocket, well, not really a couple, but more than a couple of rocket attacks where you just sit on base and like the Taliban would just launch stuff in and you'd hear a big boom, but you wouldn't know if that was a controlled det or if that was actually somebody from the outside. Rocket
Sure.
alarms, rocket alarms would go off, and like the first maybe 10 was like, oh no, and then like after 35 of them, you're kind of used to it.
Yeah,
But
see, you're kind of like that. There's another video out there of that old man. He was like, when you know Grandpa was part of like the World War, and like he's just sitting around the table, and there's a group of people, right? And it's Grandpa, you know, he was World War II vet,
oh yeah,
whatever. He lights off one of those 100 round firecrackers, and nobody knows it. He lights it off down in here, throws it under the table, and everybody's just sitting around the table talking, and they just
yeah.
start going off, and then Grandpa's just sitting there laughing while everybody else scatters.
Yes. So I
That
mean, like, I don't stay up that late during 4th of July or what, but I'm assuming the cops would probably be coming around 12:30, even though it's illegal to shoot fireworks in city limits.
sure.
Um, Obviously, it's a fire hazard, but with all the rain we got, it's still a fire hazard. So, I mean, to be honest, I'd rather just go find an empty hill where I'm the only one there, take a cooler of beer with me, just sit up there and throw back, 5, 6, maybe 10 beers and just watch all the fireworks go.
5, 6, 10. It's crazy how that
Yeah.
escalates quickly.
I don't know how I got 10 beers out of a 6 pack, but I managed to do it sometimes.
It's got, well, you know, that's why Bush Light is superior. You can buy 30. I mean, boom,
Yeah,
done. You can share with
exactly.
2 other friends, and y'all can have 10.
Yeah, but I
See,
mean, yeah, it's just, well, what about Pier? Do they have like a city limit kind of a, like, don't light fireworks or the cops come knocking or what?
there's there's laws, you know.
Yep.
I mean, technically, like my parents are in city limits, but they're like when we first moved out here and we were kids, you know, they were technically in city limits, but man, we were so far out there and nobody else was around. We didn't even really follow it, and we've never really gotten the cops called. I think it's one of those things like it just depends on if you have a Karen living next to you or not, right?
Oh, I got one of those.
I mean, if you don't have one of those, we've lit off. I mean, we light off artillery shells within city limits. Yeah, you're not supposed to, but the people
Yep.
around there aren't really. Everybody's got kids, so everybody's are out, you know, letting the kids enjoy it, which is one thing that reminds me of the old days, right? You know, not everybody's so uptight around 4th of July. They're wanting their kids to be out there till midnight having fun when it's dark out, seeing the cool lights. But
Yep.
one of the cool things and one of the things to do around here is people will take their boats out on the river, right?
Yep.
So there's a big thing like people will light them off their pontoon boat, like they have an
No
upper
kidding.
deck or whatever. They'll light them off their pontoon, and you can. I know that there's people that will go down. They'll sit along the river on the pier side and the Fort Pier side. They'll sit there, and it's not like a battle, but like the Fort Pier side can see all the people who are in pier shooting
Yeah,
them up, and
absolutely.
people in
That's pretty
pier can see
cool.
the people in Fort Pier. So
Yep.
it's pretty neat. There's a couple of like they're really high hilltops that you can go sit on, but I mean there's a lot of people that do it. So it's like, well, I'm just gonna sit at my house. Luckily, my mom and dad live up on a hill, so you can kind of see everything from their deck, which is kind of cool. So,
Yeah.
but
Do you got big?
for
Do you got
for
big?
closing time, there is no. I mean, I don't think there is no closing time for fireworks here. I mean, they
When you
kind
run
of
out of
let you have
fireworks, then you can go to bed.
right, and it's kind of like as long as you're not a 16-year-old kid lighting off artillery shells and shooting them at each other going down the main Dragon Pier, you're probably not going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
we we used to do that stupid shit too when we were kids. We would light Roman candles and drive around the street and shoot them out the window at our buddies' vehicles as shoot each other.
I used to do that. I had one actually blow up in my hand. I had a blister, like it was the whole big thing. You
Really?
think that you think that taught me a lesson? I mean, come on. What are the odds of one of those blowing up in your hand? I don't know if I was squeezing too tight or what. Maybe it was just a bad batch of fireworks, but I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
out of all of them that I've held in my hand, that is the only one that exploded and gave me a blister. So it's like one of those
Wow.
things. No, I
Yeah.
didn't teach myself to
One in
not do it.
200 thing.
Exactly.
We got the grand idea one time when we were sitting around, probably had a few, teenage drinking is very bad. We
Yep.
probably had a couple of beers, and we're like, we shoot Roman candles at each other. We think it's so fun, but it's so easy to hit each other, because you're just
Oh,
going like this. All you gotta do is aim. You know what? Let's have this grand idea. Let's all pick a spot on the ground. You got to be at least 10, 20 feet away from the person, but you light it and you have to aim with your feet.
oh my goodness.
So you
Oh
hold it
my
in your
goodness.
feet and you have to aim with your feet and shoot at people. Okay, that's what we did. We ended up doing that for a round or two.
Oh man.
So,
So
yeah, that's one of those kids don't try this at home things, okay?
this episode is nothing but kids don't try this at home. Like, so I had a buddy teach me, like, just the regular firecrackers. If you hold them at the bottom, they explode in the middle. So they're not going to explode on the end.
Really?
Yes, all fireworks explode in the middle.
Huh.
So take a black cat, pinch it at the bottom, light it. It's going to pop. You'll be good to go.
Yeah, I've had enough close calls. I'm still not going to do that at my age.
So I used to do that a lot. And now I'm like, God, I really don't know if I want to be doing that. Because you hear horror stories of people blowing off fingers. And I'm like, what? There's no way that stuff's that powerful.
Yeah.
But they're also probably doing the M80s and like.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day, they probably didn't have stuff as powerful as what they make now. Everybody wants that big boom now, and that's what they search for. So
I bet you that stuff is more powerful back in the day than it is today.
You think so?
Well, look at all the regulations and all the soft-sided children and the Karens that we have.
Yeah,
I'm just
that's
saying.
true, but they're still, they were made in China back then. They're still made in China now. So,
Yeah. You think sparklers are made different to make you ever make a sparkler bomb?
oh my gosh, isn't that the stupidest thing we've ever came up with in life as a whole?
You want to know what? I tried so many of them, and the first one did not work, so I kept on making because I heard stories of like, oh, this soda machine blew up, this watermelon. Dude, I could never perfect one. It's probably a blessing that I've never perfected one.
Dude, the biggest way that I found out to make that work is you wrap that as tight as you can in electrical tape and duct tape. Just freaking, layers on layers on layers, just super tight. We had one, I don't know, I don't even have any reference around here, but it had to have been, basketball size.
I got a reference for you.
Huge. Yeah. It had to have been at least the size of like my head or a basketball. We had,
I was going to say like a whiskey bottle. I don't know what you were thinking my reference would be.
uh-huh. But that was one of the loudest boom. 10 times what an artillery shell is.
No kidding. I must not have had it tight enough or something, but
it's crazy. I don't know what does it either. I just know this is how you do it. And we lit that son of a bitch and we ran and ran and ran. And we were probably 50 yards away before it went boom, but it went boom.
Well, I'm assuming when you take all of them and you get them like this big, you wrap them, you got the one that sticks up is the fuse.
Right.
So you got them tight and they're pressurized. So once that thing lights it lights them all. And then it just, I'm assuming
Yeah.
that's how it goes, but who knows?
I don't know the chemistry behind it, but it works. And
I
and
could
I
never.
will never be telling my son about it. If he finds out about it on his own, that is what it is. But I'm
You
not
too,
telling him
baby.
about it.
You
Yeah, exactly.
too.
Yeah, we banned him from that like a few weeks ago. Thank God.
Oh man. Yeah, or like holding bottle rockets and letting them go on your hands, pinching on the stick and just popping them.
Yeah, that's simple stuff. I did that. I showed my son that last year. He's like, "Can I try?" I'm like, "No, you're 7. You're not doing that." I should never showed you that. But yeah, that's one of those things. Like when they get older. I mean, I remember one year the cool thing was to throw the sparklers up in the air and see them flutter. Well, I threw one up in the air. You saw it flutter. It fell to the ground. It was a wet ground, so you don't have to worry about it starting on fire, right? Well, I went up to go grab it. I thought I was grabbing the correct end. I grabbed the hot end. And I mean, just blisters on my fingers. I mean,
Oh,
I saw my older cousins doing it. I thought I could do it. And they
oh
knew how to pick
man.
it up on the right side. And I did not pick it up on the correct side. And yeah, blisters on my fingers. I was probably 8, 9 when I did that.
That's nuts.
But yeah, that was one
Yeah.
of the dumbest things I've ever done, probably.
That's pretty
But
sad that that's the dumbest thing you've ever done because I'm pretty sure there's a
well,
lot more.
I should I should say that's the dumbest thing I've ever done and gotten injured from it. I've done a lot of stupid shit with fireworks.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Last year, my brother came back from Canada and he was, you got all of his kids and, well, not all of his, 2 of his kids. He only has 2 kids. So, yeah, all of his 2 kids were like, and then, cousins, everybody's there. It's, me, my sisters, my brothers, and they're like just lighting off fireworks, bottle rockets. Of course, all the boys are entertained with bottle rockets. You
yeah.
know, Uncle Eric shows up. I really don't care. Like, nobody's going to be like, oh, you can't do that. Well, they did, and I did it anyways. So I'm like, yo, you guys can't be doing it like this, lighting them on the. And then, of course, the kids, their mom and dad are yelling at them. And guess what? Nobody's yelling at me. So I continue to do it, and which is kind of funny because they were too
Yeah.
chicken to do it. It's like, don't
You're
be
you're
doing this.
you're just the funkle, right? The fun
Hey,
uncle. I mean
that's what I thought.
I mean,
That's
who cares? I mean, come on, people, let your kids live, right? I mean,
yeah.
if you
Well,
don't let them get any bumps and bruises, they're never gonna learn. Like,
yeah. Well, I could see, his daughter. I'm like, you know what? You're my favorite. So you just sit back and watch the show.
you just sit back and watch. Don't do
Yes,
anything I'm about to do. Make fun of me for it.
exactly. Then, of course, the oldest out of the cousin, he's like, oh man, I want to try that. No, do not do this. Your mom will kill you. Whatever's left of her,
She'll
she'll kill me.
exactly whatever she's got left, she'll come after me. Yeah,
Yeah.
been there, done that. What what? Here's a question for you. What's one of your past Fourth of July like traditions, like going fishing or going camping? Like, did you do any of that stuff?
Yeah, we used to like there. I mean, there was a whole bunch of us. I bet we had 50, 60 people like in that I don't know, 16 to I don't know. To be honest, I probably was 18, 19, maybe. I don't remember. I got pictures. I'd have to look back. But yeah, we'd all pack up our shit. Everybody would have campers, tents, and a shit ton of beer. And we would
Yeah,
just go to the river. And it was the 4th of July camp out. We'd be there like the 3rd, 4th, 5th. And I mean, there was like we were there for 3-4 days, just having a blast, drinking, hanging in the water, grilling food. Just we don't do it anymore. I mean, everybody, as you grow up, you move out of town, you start a family, and it's just like you got other traditions to do, and it's just one of those things
yeah.
that
That's one of those things. Like I always go back. So I was lucky enough that at my young age, my dad, before he started having kids, him and my godfather, they built a cabin. There's a lake just north of Huron called Lake Byron. Um, him and my godfather and my dad built a cabin out there, and that was what we did on the weekends in the summertime. We'd run out there and hang out at the cabin. But Fourth of July is one of those ones that you just always remember those Fourth of Julys at the cabin, right?
yep.
And there's there's so many, like, nowadays it's just like, oh, it's so much work, but back in the
Oh,
day,
yeah.
you just didn't care. You just didn't care, and now all of us are getting, like, soft, and, we're kinda missing out on doing that stuff with your kids, so, I was just thinking about that when we were talking about what are we gonna talk about? Well, let's talk about 4th of July, and then all that stuff came back to me when I was a kid doing that stuff. It's like, gosh, I'm kind of letting my kids down because I always had fun. We were at the cabin. We would boat and wakeboard and kneeboard and
Oh,
do all that stuff throughout the whole day, and then we'd light fireworks off at night. And now it's just, hey, we're going over to grandma and grandpa's house. We'll light fireworks off. That's all we do.
yeah, but at the same time, like, look at everything from, say what that was, what, 2004, 2005,
Yeah, yeah,
2006?
2002 to
Yeah.
2006. Yeah, somewhere in
What did
there.
everything cost back then compared to what it costs now?
Yeah.
Like, when I eat, like, I just got me and my kid dinner because I had to do some running around, doing work, doing just all bunch of stupid stuff. And I was going to cook dinner, but nope, she got the best of me. We ended up eating at Slim Chickens.
Oh, I
Extremely good.
love that place. Love that
Yes.
place.
We can't go an episode without talking about food, but the cayenne ranch sandwich.
Gotta get cheesecake in the jar.
Yeah, we did. I surprised her. I got the cheesecake, and then there was the brownie, the chocolate brownie one. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yep. But anyways, that was $30 for two of us to eat. I was $28. Obviously, I use that veteran discount everywhere I go, but I still only
Yeah,
saved $2.
that's well deserved. That's well deserved.
Yeah. So, but at the same time, two of us eating. I had a sandwich. She had three chicken strips. Of course, the kid has to get an extra side of toast, so it's two pieces of Texas toast. Probably cost me an extra $5. Could have bought a whole
Yeah.
loaf for that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just like boom, $30. Back in the
Yep.
day, it was probably $5 to go to Dairy Queen and get the same thing.
Yeah, I remember, even when I was in high school, only 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago, you're sitting there in high school and we'd have hockey practice have hockey practice right after school. And it'd be like, Mom, I just want like something from McDonald's before I go to practice because I'm hungry after school, right? 3
Yep.
o'clock hits, you're a little bit hungry. She handed me $3 every Wednesday, $3, and I got two McDoubles. Boom, guaranteed, $3.
Yep.
And now it's a
Absolutely.
McDouble and fry for freaking $5. It's just like,
Yeah.
can't even get two sandwiches.
So think about that.
But
You got
yeah,
to put gas. You got to buy a boat, buy the truck. You got to buy the gas for the truck and the boat. Then you
yeah,
got to buy skis or a tube. I mean, you're looking at, for the 4th of July weekend. Yeah, you use it more than once a year, but
right,
still, the boat for a good decent boat, you're at 30,000,
yeah, more
40,000.
more nowadays, more, yeah. But I mean,
And you got to have
for
a
a
truck at least
decent,
a
yeah,
$20,000 truck to pull it.
yeah. I
You
guess that
know,
was the advantage of having the cabin. I guess maybe one day I'll buy a cabin and then we can just keep all that shit out there, and then we can
yeah,
all we have to do is drive to it.
exactly. But
because
at the same time, that shit
because
costs money.
buying a cabin on the water isn't expensive at all.
God, I remember, like, I was just in the liquor store the other day. Go figure. But I remember buying a bottle of Crown Royal, like a big handle. Back in the day, it was like $50, and you're like,
Mhm.
shit, this jug's got to last me Friday night and Saturday night. It would, but then you go in there right now, and that exact same bottle of Crown, half gallon or a handle, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah,
1.75 liters, a technical
yeah,
term, $49.98. Same price. It's the only thing that
same
hasn't
price.
adjusted. I guarantee
That
the
like
ingredients to make it have gotten cheaper, but
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even like, I really don't buy Crown Royal by the handle. I just buy that little one because it's, $20. But
no.
and that lasts me Friday and Saturday. So I don't know
Oh,
how
jeez, what a
often you
win.
drink. I probably had the same one up on top of my fridge for months and I haven't touched
Oh,
it. I mean, one night through, well, I guess with buddies you could probably put it down,
yeah,
but
there was probably a couple of them that were drinking out of it, but I'd go through a whole 1.75 Friday night and Saturday night.
that's crazy. That
Yeah.
that 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 probably led to a lot of almost busted fingers from a firecracker once or twice.
Well, I don't know if I was drinking that much during 4th of July, but I mean, at the same time, it's like, what do? You get drunk and you put some firecrackers together. But
Yeah.
that's kids being
Isn't
kids. Like,
isn't that the greatest thing ever that you can just take all them fuses and like twist them together instead of, you get the 100 pack, you put 5 of them together, twist them together, light them all on fire, and you get
yes,
500 of them going. But then you're like, well, shit, I just lit off all of my firecrackers at once. Like that was a cool 30 seconds, but
yes.
now
Or
I have
you
no more firecrackers.
like 1,000 black cats, you let them all go and they go for 5 minutes and you're trying to find the ones that with the little tiny fuse.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to light those and throw them before they pop. Yes.
Yeah, that's just crazy. But yeah,
Or
you're
how
not
about
wrong with the price of things. Man, it's crazy.
what about the old fuse trick where you pull out the fuse, you light the fuse and you throw it at somebody? You never done that?
Never done that. No.
So it's just the
Just
fuse.
to fake scare them.
Just to fake scare them. Absolutely. Pull the green fuse out, light it, and throw it at them. Watch them run every single time.
But that's just wasting a firework.
No, because then, like on a bottle rocket, you take the bottle rocket and you break it in half, and then you light that, and then it does just like a flamethrower kind of thing. It doesn't pop or anything. It just goes. Shoo.
Huh.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that.
Oh my goodness, you haven't lived.
I'm gonna have to do that to my mom when we go over to her house.
You know what? This
One
is
of
how
the-
big of I was probably the biggest dickhead little brother you could found. But one of my brothers, on the back of your shoes where you have that loop to help put them on.
Yeah.
Like when you're younger, I think it's to hold your laces. As you get older, it's to help put your shoe on.
Yeah, right.
So I would always put like a black cat in my brother's when he wasn't looking, and then I would light it and watch it pop. Such a dick.
You are one of the mean brothers. That one of the things to do, like when they made those Nike shocks, that would be the thing. Put it in one of those shocks, just light it up,
Yeah.
and fucking let them run.
So mean.
But I mean, you can't go wrong with one of those like original. Like my kids love that snake thing. You light that thing on fire,
Yeah.
and it looks like a little turd came out of there. But
Yep. The pooping dog or the tank. Or,
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Those are like those are the ones that are so cheap. And then when they like, you're like, oh yeah, it's not gonna work. And then when it does work, you're like, oh my god, this is awesome.
Yeah.
The kids love it.
And yeah, the kids just love it. I got kids that are, the boy's a little bit older now, so he wants to see the things go boom.
Yep.
And then my 2 daughters that are 6 and 3, or almost 3. She turns 3 here in a couple weeks, but they'll love that. The little sparks that come out, and then the dog starts pooping, and then they'll just love the crap out of that. And it's just like, oh, this is so boring, but you guys love it, so that's all that matters.
But then you have that one tank that doesn't go off, and then you're like, God, this is the biggest waste of money ever. And it was like $1.
It was like, yeah, $1. And
God,
like,
I could have bought a 6-pack of Busch Light, but no, I bought this stupid tank for $1.
Yeah, we'll have plenty of Busch Light. I don't think we'll have to worry about that. I won't compare that. But the cool ones nowadays are those, like, you get them and they look like a mini shotgun shell, and you light them and you just lay them on the ground. They go,
oh,
they come down, and that's all.
You know what?
That's all it is.
I seriously thought you lit one right there, because that was like exactly what they sound like.
I'm a man of many talents, Eric. You'll find
Perfect.
that out. No, I even like those ones. I mean, the loudness of the zip on those things. And I'm just like, and then like they light up too, right? But
Yeah.
you're like, gosh, you want to light some of them up because it's just so fun in the daylight. But then like the kids love it, and you're like, let's light another one. It's like, no, let's wait until dark so at least we can see the lights. You always try to save the light ones for dark, but some of them just make such cool noises. You just want to start lighting them off right away.
But then those ones that go zoop, they come down, and then they have a little bit of flame left on them, and then you try to light the next one with the flame. That's how your dad skills really go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try that around my kids, because I'd probably
man.
F it up and that thing would go in my hand. But
How
What?
about the stink bombs? You ever get those? Like the little glass vial, and then you just slam them
No,
down and they stink like rotten eggs.
no, never even
Oh,
heard of that.
they're called stink bombs, and it's you. They only sell them during the 4th of July, so you have to stock up on them. There's no popping or anything. You just bust the glass, and it's just like a little. I bet it's like 3 drops of rotten egg juice. I don't know what it is, but it stinks. And you just
Oh
crack
my.
it, and like people will puke. Like it's that bad.
Is it as bad as like that spray that you can buy off Amazon, that fart
It's
spray? Have you
worse.
ever
I
done
bet
that?
it's 5 times
It's
worse.
worse.
Yes.
Worse. I had a
Excuse me.
coworker spray that in my pickup one time, and it in the hot summer day,
Yep.
goes and sprays in the pickup, shuts my door. We go out and work for the day. It's like 100 out. I get into my pickup, and I legit puked. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I threw up.
Same thing, but worse.
Really?
So the trick
Uh,
to it is you put them in like a buddy that has a seat that you have to manually adjust. Put his
yeah.
seat, put his seat all the way forward, and then put that little valve right on the cracks or on the tracks. Then he slings it back, and then it cracks it, and it stinks in there.
You
Just
are a devious person.
I know.
I can't imagine what it's like in your house on April Fool's Day with your daughter.
You know what? I'll tell you what. This year I didn't do anything because she was expecting it.
Oh, she knew it. She knew it was
She
coming.
knew what? Yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's the
absolutely. We didn't do it.
unexpected that you got to get her on.
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. We didn't do anything because we're always doing little things like that.
That's kind of cool though. What
Yeah.
what traditions do you have now? I mean, like we've talked about pastime and all that kind of stuff. What do you do now on the 4th of July? You say it's the only time you stay up till midnight. Do you just hang out with yourself or what?
No, no. We usually try to mooch off of somebody else's firework display. And, we'll show up with we'll buy like a case of beer or something like that. Take
Yeah.
over some sodas. Take over
We
some kind of food.
we
So
brought
you don't.
$20. I'm glad you got $400 worth. Can we all share?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, they don't know. You just throw it in the mix and be like, oh yeah, you kids can light those off too. And comes to find out they're duds from 4 years ago.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. This was a dud. Oh my god, I
yeah.
can't believe we bought that. Well, that one that I bought 4 years ago, but we're not going to tell anybody.
Yeah, that or we go to the 4th of July parade. We'll do that, and then we'll just kind of hang out. We might go to a pool, stay cool and dry, or not really dry, but just hang out and chillax. And then 7, 8 o'clock when they start doing the fireworks, we'll I don't even know where the street is or whatever it is, but it's a place up here in town on the north side of town. It's like where Midco parks all their trucks. You just park in the
Okay.
parking lot, and then you just go sit in the grass, and it's a great overview look of everything. But yeah, you just watch fireworks for an hour and just hang out and be chill.
And
What do you guys do?
that's like a yearly thing that you guys do. You
Yeah,
and you and
yeah, we've
Lucy
been
do
doing it
that just every time.
yeah, yep, ever
Nice.
since we the last couple of years we've been going to the Lennox 4th of July parade. Then we just after that. I mean, that's so early in the morning, so we come home and just kind of hang out. Oh, last year I guess we hung out with my sister because my brother was in town from Canada with his family.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we
Huh.
just hang out and do nothing really.
Sure. That's kind of the thing, now like 4th of July lands on Thursday this year, right? So, I mean, do you have to go to work Friday, Eric?
Yeah, we do. Unfortunately.
Oh,
Well,
see, I must work for somebody way better than you because he's giving us Friday off. So thanks, boss. I appreciate that.
I get Wednesday the 3rd off. So it's actually really, really weird because the past 3 years, obviously I sell cars. I don't sell anything on the 3rd. So I get the 4th off. And I bet it's the past, I know last year, the year before, and the year before that. So the past 3 years, the 5th of July, when I work, I have sold a car each day, like one car.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. Last year I actually sold 2, but at the same time, it's like it's so weird because everybody's like out shopping for cars. I don't know why, but they're just like, yeah, 4th of July is over. Let's go. People have the time off for the holiday. So hey, we got all
Sure.
the kids here. Let's go look for a car. So
Well, I hope that goes well for you again. Maybe we'll come buy one from you if you give us like a deal like $10,000 for a brand new Yukon XL. Like, can you hook it up?
I do have $6,000 off a 2024 Pathfinder. Same thing. 2.9
Yeah.
APR for 60 months.
Yeah. No, yeah, kind of like we do. Shit, since we've moved here and had kids, the big thing. My mom always makes what is it? It's a strawberry
Strawberry pretzel
basil.
dessert.
Well, she makes that,
Oh, yummy.
but she makes the strawberry and basil, and then she puts like tequila in it and like puts it in
Ooh.
this big Tupperware thing, and then she puts it in the freezer on the third. And
Yep.
so then I'm pretty sure it's tequila or it's vodka or something. There's
I
something
bet
in
it's
that slush.
whiskey. It's a whiskey slush, maybe.
No, it's a clear liquid. So I know it's tequila, vodka. I think it's actually Grey Goose if I remember right. I'm pretty sure it's vodka. But anyways, puts it in the freezer, it freezes, and then you just scoop a bunch of that
Yeah.
ice into a cup. You pour Sprite over top of it,
Yep.
and you have a little slushy, a little alcoholic slushy. That's kind of like the tradition now. And I think last year or the year before, in the last 2 years was, I'm the only kid around, so I got to keep that tradition alive. So that's
Heck
one
yeah,
thing
dude.
that I always tell mom. I go, you got to make the slushy. She's like, but it's just gonna be like me, you, and your wife drinking them because your dad doesn't like them, and da 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 da. And I'm just like, it's a tradition, mom. We have to do it. We've done it
You
for
got to
10
stick with the
years.
traditions.
Yeah, we've
Yeah,
done it for like
my
10
aunt
years
used
since
to.
we moved up here.
My aunt does the same thing, but she uses Crown Royal, and she calls it a whiskey slush, which is exact same concept. Put ingredients in, you freeze it. There's alcohol in it, so it doesn't completely freeze. And you just scoop it out in a cup and you pour 7-Up over it, but Sprite
Yep.
or
7-Up,
Starry or
Sprite. Yeah,
ginger
Squirt.
ale.
I mean, Squirt, ginger ale. Oh, I love ginger ale.
Love
Somebody
it.
said the other day, there's no such thing. Nobody in this world's favorite pop is ginger ale. And I'm like, wrong. My grandma
No.
always had ginger ale downstairs in the
Yep.
fridge. And that was the first thing I did when I walked to
Ooh.
her house. I went downstairs and I grabbed ginger ale.
What about Fresca?
I'm a fan. I mean, I'm
Absolutely.
good with it.
That's like
But
the OG of Squirt, I would compare it to.
yeah, and I can't even remember. There's something I saw it for the first time when I was in Costa Rica, when we went on our honeymoon in Costa Rica. It was something like a Fresca, but it wasn't called Fresca. And we grabbed it out of the fridge and we drank it, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is better than Fresca, and this is
How do
better
I
than
get this at
Sprite."
home?
Yeah, how do we get this home? I can't even remember what the brand was. I'm gonna have to ask my wife because I guarantee she has it on a photo in her library on her phone. Like, she's got to have it somewhere. But yeah, that's our tradition is going to mom having vodka slushies and
Heck yeah,
watching the
dude.
kids light off fireworks. We could go on the river. You know how close we are to the river. We could always go there, but it's such a madhouse, right? Everybody's
Oh
like,
yeah.
we're going on the river. We're going on the river. Like, yeah, it's fun, but like on July 5th or July 6th, when everybody else like, no, we went on the 4th. That's when we go.
Yeah. So I want to play a little game with you right now. We're gonna ask
Okay.
each other. We're gonna ask each other questions, but we're gonna give it the David response. How do you think David would respond to the questions we're asking each other?
Wow, that's probably one of the easiest games we could play because he'd just be silent, right?
Hey, what do you think David's favorite firecracker is?
Anything his wife buys, and he should try.
I was going to say those snaps, the white snaps, because they do the less harm to his ears.
Yeah. He probably thinks that they're the funniest thing to throw them at his wife's feet, and she jumps around like in Big Daddy. She's just like, and I bet he just laughs. I bet that's probably his favorite thing, the snaps, or probably a smoke ball, because
Oh
I
yeah.
mean you can't go wrong with a smoke ball. And David's probably the one that's out there grabbing the smoke ball and practicing writing his name in cursive in the driveway. But
What
you're
do you think
probably not
David's
wrong.
What do you think his favorite tradition is?
hot dogs in the air fryer.
Oh my God. I was going to say a hot dog eating contest.
But they got to be cooked in the air fryer.
Yes.
You know what?
Oh,
I
man.
like this game. We should play this every time. We should have a 10-minute what would Davey answer segment at the end of the show.
Oh my God. That would be
and then it dives right into dad jokes.
that would be funny. I don't think David would like it. I can't wait till he sees this.
I'm surprised. He's not even watching us live and it's his show.
I know. I'm kind of actually I'm not surprised. I'm disappointed.
I mean, he's got to be just laid up in the bed. I mean, not doing it. Well, maybe he's in pain. We shouldn't be so mean. He's probably in a lot of pain.
Did he actually have surgery, or is that next week he has surgery?
Well, what's he doing tonight? I thought it was tonight that he had surgery, or during the day today that he had surgery.
Oh, I thought he was going to Kansas City because look at your chat group.
I can't. I'm using my phone.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so he sent us a video. So the last thing I sent to you, I said, try the new link. I think I got this figured out because David's not here to get this. And then he responds, right. I bet this is a YouTube video, but it's supposedly a video of him at this World Soccer game thing.
Huh.
See?
Well, I said, oh, there's Davey. Yeah, I can see that. There's a little glare, but I said, oh, look, Davey sent us a movie, and then you like grabbed your phone, but we didn't have the countdown then, so we were already live, and we're like, oh, what are we doing? But that you got any more Davey questions?
God, I don't know. Like, what do you? I already asked that. That's kind of bad. I was gonna ask you, what do you think his favorite firework is?
Yeah,
that's my memory. What do you think? What do you think his tradition is?
Oh, it can't be. It's got to be in bed before the sun goes down, and with a glass of milk, and just sitting in the house, in his 500 square foot backyard, lighting. Oh no,
I thought it was 5,000.
Oh yeah, it might be 5,000. 5,000 sounds a little bit more right. We should. You know what? I'm kind of sad if he's at a soccer game and not on this. You know, that shows his dedication.
It does, but oh yeah, it's just one of those things. It's always fun to make fun of David when he's here, but sometimes it's funner. Is funner a word? Is it better to make fun of him?
It's more fun.
More fun. What's the improper way to say it?
I don't know. We should ask David. What would David say?
Because we all know
that's what we need. We need to get bracelets that say WWDS. What would David say? That's the segment. We're about to start WWDS.
Yeah.
What would David say?
Oh my goodness. That's
Here,
actually.
I'm gonna put in a shout out here quick. So
yeah, go ahead.
We've talked about shirts. Me, you, and David talked about shirts. The wife is in the process of working on logoed shirts. So
heck yeah.
I'm gonna put out a bunch of different options. We're gonna ask, and then what we should do is we should actually have, like we've talked about it, actually have a drawing of some sort.
Yep.
And this is what we can do. We can call it WWDS. What would David say? We can put a picture or ask a question on our Facebook page, and the person who responds with the best answer, like people are always posting a picture and saying, best caption wins.
Oh, absolutely. So yes.
The what would David say reaction to whatever question, picture, they get a shirt.
So we have to take a random picture of David. We pull a random picture of David off his Facebook page, and we put it out there, and they have to add the caption. Best caption wins. Oh yeah.
Best caption wins. And it's what would David say?
I'm so down for that.
that just light bulb.
It's
It's kind
good.
of like you with the BB gun and the rocket and the bottle
Well,
rockets.
let's ask David. David, what do you think? He likes the idea.
He likes it. I heard that's what would David say. He likes it. He
Yep,
likes the idea.
loves it actually. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's funny.
He's kind of pissed he didn't come up with it.
Oh yeah, because you interrupted him.
Yeah, it was probably me. You know, we take care of the middle. I mean, it's
Oh.
all on me.
3
But-
hours from now, he'd be like, "Hey, I got an idea. We should do a segment of WWDS."
WWES, he'd call it "What Would Eric Say," and it would be I was at the liquor store. That would be the
Oh,
best.
come on, please. So
That's-
now that we're on that subject, we got a couple minutes left here. So I see everybody posting on Facebook that like, hey, Costco's got Crown Blackberry.
Oh, they
So-
do?
Well, they did. They had 96 bottles, and it's all sold out. So I called Costco. This is like 7:09. Like we got the podcast in 51 minutes. Call Costco. I lied to him. I was like, hey, I didn't want to sound like an idiot. It's like, hey, so I see a bunch of buddies posting on Facebook that you guys got Blackberry Crown. The lady's like, no, I don't think we do. I said, well, they're posting it. So you can hear click, 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 click in the deal. And oh yeah, we actually do. We've sold 72 bottles and we got 24 to go. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm from Brandon. I didn't want to drive all the way over and be disappointed. Anyways, so I finished doing what I was doing, got in my truck, 1,000 miles an hour over to Costco. I go to the section. Boom, sold out. Completely
And
sold out.
They just got them today.
Just got them today. I bet they were sold out within 2 hours.
I believe it.
Anyways,
it's
I go to the membership counter. I was like, hey, I know you guys got Crown Blackberry. Is it all out? Or is it just back here where you guys got to, so you limit the one per customer? They look up in the system. We have 96 bottles and 93 have been sold. There's 3 bottles out there in this Costco store floating around. Maybe it could be in
somebody's cart.
They're in somebody's cart is what they said. The worker, and I thanked him. He got out of behind the counter. He goes, I'll go check the back carts, like the stuff that people don't want. So they put back. He's like, come running. I got it. I got it. He had one bottle left.
You got it.
I got the last bottle at Costco. Yes.
Damn.
I know.
Now, the question is, now I've had it. They have it in the bars here. We can't buy it. Well, we can. You got to be one of the first ones to the liquor store, and you got to know the Capital City liquor store. He's like, I went in there looking for it one day, and I was like, hey, when does it come in? And he's like, I get it every Wednesday at 11 o'clock. That's when my truck comes in. And he goes, they're gone by 1 o'clock.
That's crazy.
I only limit one per person when they come in. You get one.
Yep.
And I go, well, that's impossible for me because I don't get a lunch break. Like I get a lunch break, but I'm always out of town and I'm a construction worker. So I get a cold meat sandwich for 30 minutes while sitting on the job site. So
exactly.
He goes, yeah. And I'm like, could you and I know him. I'm like, Doug, would you save one for me? He goes, I've had so many people ask me that. I don't think I can do that because I haven't done it for them. And I'm like, but man, you see me weekly, and then not trying to brag, but just like you, I come in here and buy beer from you every Friday. Every Friday I come in and I buy 12 or 24, depending on if we're having people over, this, that, a week. And he's like, I might do it one of these days, but it's so hot right now. I just can't. And so, but anyways, going back to it, what are you going to mix it with?
Lemonade.
Yep.
The lemonade.
Yep. No other option.
Yeah. So I've tried a little bit of everything. Cream soda. It was okay. Lemonade was the best.
With blackberry?
Yep. Another good one was unsweet tea.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty good.
And a splash of lemonade. So you had an Arnold Palmer with it.
Yep.
Yeah. I could see that.
Tried Dr. Pepper. Didn't like the Dr. Pepper with it. Yeah.
With blackberry? Gosh, why do you put the random shit with it?
So the reason why is because
That's like putting orange Fanta with it or something.
if you go to my Daddy Eats TikTok, it's me trying the different recipes. Like it's giving it kind of a product review from when it first came out in April
Okay.
or March or
You want
whatever. So I was like,
you're one of those guys that like people recommend the drink and then you
yeah,
go and just like try it and then you give it a rate.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I will say that the lemonade is probably by far the best.
Yeah. Now the question is, have you drank it straight yet?
Yes, it's. I think it's too sweet to drink it straight.
Is it sweeter than the peach?
No, no, but I would say it's about equal. I haven't had peach in a long time. I should get a bottle of peach and make some peach punch for the 4th of July.
Yeah, and you can get peach at Walmart here. So I mean
Yeah,
that's
for
that's
30
not
bucks.
I mean, yeah, there but there's rumor that Crown they got 3 different ones coming out this summer.
I don't
They're
know.
gonna
I need, yeah, a little cranberry. And
yeah.
there's a couple of, I don't know. And they said pineapple. They had a pineapple. I've never seen pineapple.
I haven't heard that one. I heard that there's 3 berries coming out this summer, and it
Yep.
was blackberry, cranberry, and then I can't remember the other berry, but there's
Was
supposed
it
to be 3
raspberry?
berries. It might be. I can't remember the third one. I just those 2, blackberry and cranberry, stick in my head.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. So there hasn't really been anything like that came out, but those also, to believe it or not, those come out. That video is on TikTok. And if you actually Google April 1st, that's when those videos came out, was April 1st.
huh,
Guess what April 1st is?
April Fool's Day.
Yep. Because I seen them and I'm like, oh man, that's awesome.
And then you're like, haha, April Fools, but then we're
Yeah.
not April Foolsing you. Haha, it's real. And then
So here's a little secret I did. That when I seen that video, I'm like, I wonder how they get the blackberry flavor in the Crown. Original Crown, get a fresh pineapple, cut it up, put the pineapple chunks in a jar, top it off with Crown, regular Crown, let it sit for 2 weeks, mix it with good old ginger ale, baby.
oh yeah.
Pineapple Crown, homemade, and ginger ale.
Why don't we just
Delicious.
do that ourselves then?
I did do it myself. It's delicious.
And
Delicious.
you put up pineapples in a mason jar and then just fill the mason jar up with Crown and let it sit.
Yep. Exactly. It's fresh pineapple, and I only put 2 chunks of pineapple in there. It probably held 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces, obviously with the space. So, yep, good stuff.
And how long did you have to let it sit for before it was good?
I did 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh, that's a long time. That's not
I
going to
know,
work for
but
the 4th of July.
that's very true, but still good. Should have told you this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I'll tell you this much. I still haven't gotten my coffee
I
seasoning
know.
yet.
You know why? Because it's still sitting on my counter.
No, I'll have to one of these days. I'm gonna have to make a trip down to Sioux Falls. We can exchange, but I'm gonna bring something. And we went up to we were up in North Dakota this weekend for a softball tournament. We met up with one of my wife's aunt and uncles, and they were like, "We're gonna bring you a treat," and we're like, "Oh, okay." We don't know what the heck this is. Rhubarb moonshine.
What?
Rhubarb moonshine.
Homemade rhubarb moonshine?
Yes.
Did you drink it?
I haven't had a sip yet.
Oh my goodness.
And I got 2 mason jars full.
Oh man.
And she
That
goes,
sounds
I go, do you
delicious.
just drink this straight? And she goes, you can. I mean, you can mix it with a little Sprite. You can mix whatever. She goes, honestly, if I just want a little bit more zip in my drink, I'll mix a Crown and Sprite, and then I'll just drop a drop of that moonshine in there, a little shot of that
baby.
moonshine right on top of it. And I'm just like, yeah, that would work.
Yes.
I love rhubarb.
I love rhubarb too. It's like the sweet tart fruit that oh man.
Yeah, I can't wait. I might dabble in that on the 4th. Some
Dude,
rhubarb
you are
moonshine.
so lucky. So lucky.
Yeah. All right, Eric, what time is it? We went over our hour. So
Oh
what time
man.
is it?
Did we ever go overtime? Oh my god, it's bedtime. Just kidding. Dad jokes, baby.
Dad
Woo!
joke time. Here we go.
Yes, let's get ready for some 4th of July dad jokes.
I can't do that. Remember, I have the book.
Oh, yeah. You want me to go first then, or you want to go first?
You can go first because I actually found one that I like and I marked it today.
All right. Obviously, I don't know any good dad jokes off the top of my head that are 4th of July, so I Googled this one. If you cross a patriot and a dog with curly hair, what do you get?
Tell me.
A Yankee poodle.
A Yankee poodle.
That's
As soon
a
as
good
it
one.
came across, I was like, "Hey, there's something about a Yankee." I was thinking like a curly fry or a Patrick Fry or something. I didn't know if it was gonna go SpongeBob or if it was gonna go Yankee. That's a good one. I like that one. Davey would
That
have
is a
laughed.
good one.
Davey would have laughed.
Oh,
All
Davey
right.
wouldn't even remember I said it.
Here's the book. So 4th of July is America's birthday, correct?
It is.
So I guess this is kind of, you could say that. It's a father and a daughter, and the daughter goes, "Dad, I want a sci-fi themed birthday this year." And he goes, "No way, let's plan it."
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. That is a very good one.
So
That is.
there's our dad jokes.
Oh, yes.
We should do one of those ones like, hey, you get a shirt if one of us features your dad joke that you post on our website, on our Facebook
absolutely
site.
love to. Let's get those shirts printed out and see how they turn out before we start giving away something that looks like your daughter made.
Yeah, I'll have the wife do up the little mock-ups. I don't know, I can't remember what we kind of talked about. You know, our logo being big or just on a shoulder, or either shoulder, or
So
I'm gonna put a bunch of different
yeah,
options out there.
absolutely. You know what? We should have everybody vote on it. Let's think of something and put it out on Facebook.
Yeah, and we'll do a bunch of different colors. You know, if we want to do. I mean, obviously we have our like turquoise Midwest Dad Squad color, but I mean, there's nothing saying that we can't change colors. I mean, if people like what they want to see.
What would David say?
Ooh, that could be our first? What would David say? What color do you think David would say? And if you guess the color correct, you get a shirt.
I bet it's pink.
Yeah, it's probably something. It's probably the turquoise because he picked the logo.
Yeah. It's a white shirt with pink writing.
Hey, I'm down for that. I don't mind pink.
Heck yeah. All right, Drew.
Everybody,
hour and 7 minutes without David was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was fun talking about what we've done in the past, what we do now, and what we plan to do in the future. So I hope everybody has a safe 4th. And always remember the reason for it is because we are free.
Yeah, don't blow your fingers off. And if you do, send us a picture.
And if you do remake the Terry video, let us see it.
Yes. I'm assuming that all kinds of that those are going to be done. So
right. All right, Eric. Until next week, we'll do it again, just us, huh?
Oh yeah, probably. We'll have a guest speaker next week. Oh, yes, the guest speaker is going to be awesome. I had a friend/customer come see me today, and I did ask him if he wanted to be the not the host, but the guest speaker.
All right.
So we will have a guest speaker on, and he might even be bringing a little bit of treats or something with him. Who knows?
Ooh. I'm excited to see. Everybody else, the suspension is waiting.
So, wish me luck. I'm hoping this thing it says in the corner, it went to Facebook, went to YouTube. I'm going to hit end here shortly. Hopefully people watch it because I don't
right.
Sounds
good. Happy 4th, everybody.
Yes, happy 4th. Later. Peace.